Hello, 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 lovely people. Coach Adrian here. Super, super excited to be live yet again and to be able to do this with you, to spend a little bit of time together with you. And today's a very exciting day because I will be doing a free live webinar tomorrow night, Wednesday, May 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern. And this will be all about how to make your long distance relationship work. And I wanted to come on to be able to tell you a little bit about this, and most importantly, to make sure that you register for this amazing event. And I have put the link both in the chat as well as in the description of this video. And my hope is that you will be able to be there with me because I'm going to share a lot of knowledge, a lot of insights, and we'll also take the time during that free live webinar to answer your most pertinent questions. So I see that people are starting to trickle in. Thank you for being live with me today. Please, in the chat, tell me who you are, where you live, where you're tuning in from, so that we can interact a little bit. As I was saying, very excited to be able to do this free live webinar tomorrow night, Wednesday, May 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be a bit of a workshop on long distance relationship. I wanted to be able to provide you with some tools so that you feel that you are really set up for success, and so that you avoid a lot of the pitfalls that other people make. So learning from other people's mistakes instead of through your own mistakes is something that we will be talking about then. So Clark says he is registered for the long distance relationship webinar. Thank you, Clark. I'm excited to be able to do this with you tomorrow. Nastaya says hello from Berlin. Hello, Nastaya. Thank you for tuning in. So, um, there is 5 elements that we are going to be discussing in this free live event that will take place tomorrow night in the United States. It's going to be the middle of the night in Europe and in Morocco. Hello, yes. But I'm hopeful that you can, set an alarm and tune in as well, because it's going to be a really special event. And so, a few things that really, really seemed important to highlight was, number one, to talk about some of the most common problems that people face in long distance relationships, but also how to solve those problems, right? So there's a wealth of experience, having worked with tons of clients from all over the world, and patterns start to emerge when you are in distance relationships. And so my hope was to be able to share some of these most challenging issues and problems that people face, and also how they have been able to overcome them, how they've been able to solve those issues in order to be in a fulfilling distance relationship. So that's one element that we will address in the live webinar that will take place tomorrow night. The second element is how to meet each other's needs during a long distance relationship. It can be complicated to meet each other's needs when you are living in the same city or in the same household. But from a distance, it can be even more challenging. So I would like to give you some insights on how to do that. So Alan is asking, is it starting tomorrow or today? The free webinar will be tomorrow night. And so you haven't missed anything yet. And I just put, again, the link to register both in the chat and in the description of this video. So please make sure that you register and that you tune in. We have friends from India, friends from Namibia, friends from the Philippines. This is amazing. This is really, really, really Great. So Natalia says, will this also be beneficial for people who are not in long distance relationships? And the answer is yes, because you're going to raise your emotional IQ. You're going to raise your understanding of how to be in healthy relationships. Of course, it's going to be more practical for those that currently are in long distance relationship, because we're going to give you a lot of tools that you can implement right away. But this is also geared towards people who want to be in a long distance relationship, or for people to basically have skills and tools to be able to deal with long distance relationships in the future if they ever find themselves in one. So we have a friend from the Philippines who's in Russia, and another gentleman here from Kenya who's in a long distance relationships. So just to highlight a few other elements that we will cover during the live webinar tomorrow, another element is how to bridge the distance, how to maintain closeness and connection when you are in a distance relationship. This can be a little bit more challenging than you may think, right? And initially, we feel very, very connected, and there's a strong and passionate dynamic there. And that's why a lot of times people choose to be in a long distance relationship. But with time, it can become a little bit more difficult. And people can tend to start to stray and to fall apart, to grow apart. So I really wanted to address how to avoid that, how to make sure that you maintain that closeness and that intimate bond. Another element, a fourth element that we will be discussing during the free live webinar tomorrow night, will be how to reconnect if your long distance relationship is falling apart. So many times people don't really know what to do when they're going through a breakup or a separation or even a divorce at a distance, or when the relationship starts to sour and you can just sense that your partner is no longer into it as you, or not as into it as you would want them to be. And many mistakes happen in that moment because you can tend to be desperate or because you're putting them on a pedestal. And so really having tools to overcome a long distance breakup is very, very important. And there's quite a bit of experience that has been gained over the last few years, because I've had the privilege of working with many, many, many couples that are facing that type of dynamic. So how to strengthen your long distance relationship, or how to overcome a long distance breakup, is an integral part of the free live webinar that will take place tomorrow night. So please, please, please register for this event if you have not done so yet, and show up so that we can spend this time together. We have friends from Nigeria, and we have friends from Serbia as well. Welcome. Thank you for being connected, and excited to be able to do this and to invite you to this live event that will take place tomorrow night. Finally, another element that is dear to my heart is I wanted to share personal insights, a little bit about my story, my own long distance relationship breakup, and how we were able to get back together, how we were then able to progress into a dynamic where we moved in together and got married and had children, and talk a little bit about that path of my personal experience to help also give you hope and practical insights based on what I've gone through, not just what I've coached people through, so that you can really relate to that. And I think it will be very inspiring and real for you to be able to hear some of my story in that setting. So we have friends from Ghana and the Philippines connected. This is really, really, truly awesome. The global reach of this community is really heartwarming, and I feel very blessed to be able to be connected with you guys in that way. Um, the advice applies if you are living in the same city, um, that question was asked previously. Yes, you're going to deepen your understanding of relationships, and you're going to be able to apply some of this knowledge to your current relationship. And very importantly, it will be a course on how to be in a healthy long distance relationship. So if in the future you find yourself in a long distance relationship, you will be set, because you're going to learn concepts and tools that can really help you moving forward. So I am so excited for this. And I'm excited also to get to know you and to spend a little bit more of an intimate time together, and to be able to get to know kind of, what you're facing, and the challenges that you're facing in your relationships, and to provide you answers to those. So that is all happening tomorrow night, Wednesday, May 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. 9 p.m. Eastern Time here in the United States. So exceptionally, this will be a weekday webinar. We usually like to do them on Sundays, but I'm very excited about this one and wanted to try something new. Also, this is new material that I've been working on that I would like to share with all of you. So please continue to fight the good fight, and I'm excited to see you tomorrow night, live and in person, for this webinar to help you make the most of your relationship and to be in a healthy long distance relationship and marriage moving forward. So, see you then. Much love. And as always, please continue to fight the good fight.